tuwasikize wanayo pia kusema kuhusiana na uchaguzi huo.
This is to coordinate and synergize on that preparedness so that we deliver a credible election. We have also taken note of the heightened political activities and the purpose, of course, of this forum and the others that will come first is to assure the Kenyan public that the general elections will be held in a safe, secure and peaceful environment. We have also noted that there are ongoing voter registration that is low, and we also have asked that eligible voters be able to register before the mass registration exercise closes on 2nd November. Generally, the principals here, together with their technical officers, have agreed to work in a consultation, in a coordinated manner, and cooperate to ensure that they fulfill their mandate and provide a free, fair, peaceful, and credible election. The chair has directed that the technical team is left behind to work on the fine details that they have been asked to work on and report in 10 days. So in 10 days, we expect the technical team will have finished, and we will be back to come and now launch the roadmap towards the conduct of free, fair, credible, and peaceful elections. That's generally the background of the discussions that have been going on and the engagements that have been going on. But I would want to take this opportunity to invite the chair of IEBC, Mr. Wafula Chebukati, invite for conduct of free, fair election, because that's their mandate. For provision of security, I want to invite the CS for Interior, who would probably also comment on the funding that has also been an issue. And lastly, our chair, the Honorable Chief Justice, to wrap up the meeting. So, Chairman.
Yeah, good morning. We gathered here today in a meeting with the other agencies, both government and agencies, independent commissions. The whole idea is IEBC as a commission is in charge of elections and referenda. That's what the Constitution says, and we are an independent institution. But each of these agencies has something to do with elections within their mandate. And as a commission, we must work together with each and every one of them to be able to deliver to Kenyans free and fair elections. And that has been enumerated by Dr. Kibicho in the opening remarks. And so we have here Minister of Interior, we have the Inspector General of Police. We need them as a commission to be able to deliver on our mandate in terms of security. We have the ICT ministry, which communication authorities under that ministry, to be able then to deal with issues like results transmission. And NCIC is here. So all agencies involved in elections are here. And we have had a very interactive meeting under the chairmanship of Honorable Chief Justice, who at the end of the day, as a commission, we work with the judiciary through the Judicial Committee on Elections when it comes to disputes after elections. So this has been a very interactive meeting, and as you have been told, there will be further meetings so that we ensure if each and every one of these agencies do their role, then we can assure the country that elections next year will be free, fair, and credible. Maybe take this opportunity, Honorable CJ, to inform the country that as of today we have registered 760,000 plus individuals. The full report will be going out of all the counties. So we have only done 760,000 plus out of an expected almost 4.5 million. It's a very low turnout. I know Kenyans will normally wait until last minute to come out. So your last minute now is now, because we are closing on 2nd of November. So my appeal is to Kenyans, please come out in large numbers and register, because this is your only chance as the commission is coming near you. Thank you very much, CJ.
On my own behalf and on behalf of my colleagues from the executive branch of government, I would like to say thank you to the Honorable Chief Justice and our chairperson of this forum. We have participated here and we have been asked both by our chairperson and the IEBC to ensure that we do our work effectively to support the conduct of free and fair elections. I would like to assure the country that we are prepared on our part, and we are going to increase the energy and the focus we put on preparations for elections. Shortly, we will be adding 5,500 police officers who are coming out of college shortly, and 300 specially trained cadet police officers who will work and beef up the work of the IEBC to conduct the elections. We have not only increased personnel, but we have increased our acquisitions and are ready to support the IEBC and other agencies that are going to conduct elections. Needless to say that I need to emphasize this. We have shared information and we are going to continue to share information on the mapping we have done in the country, the various parts of the country that we think may have certain challenges of one kind or the other. And we are monitoring very closely activities, political activities that are going on across the country. I said yesterday, and it's necessary to repeat, that we will act very firmly and we will ensure that law and order prevails throughout the country. I want to assure Kenyans there is nothing to fear. We are ready to provide security. We have the requisite resources and the capacities we need to ensure the country remains peaceful through the elections season. And those that are tempted to violate or break the law, we will do what we are required to do. We've taken counsel and very strict guidance from the Honorable Chief Justice and our colleagues on what we should do and how we should conduct our business. We will ensure that that is done. And this is not going to have regard to status. It's not going to have regard to positions. I need to say this. We have noted cases of some skirmishes and violence in parts of the country involving campaign meetings and so on. No one is allowed to do this. We have taken people to court this morning over the incident that took place in Busia. We have taken a senator to court this morning over an incident that happened in Anyuki. We will not accept these kinds of behavior across the board. We must obey the law. No one needs anyone's permission to go anywhere in the country as long as you are a citizen of this country. Our constitution guarantees freedom of association, expression, and we should all move around the country freely as an independent country and as a honest and responsible people. So let people go out there and speak to Kenyans freely without any intimidation and so on. But I need to emphasize this, which is one of the lessons I have drawn from this meeting this morning, that we need to emphasize to our leaders that they will take personal responsibility for some of the actions that they get their supporters to be involved in. And where need be, we will be presenting both to the relevant agencies evidence and information we have of individual political actors who are engaged in incitement and who are mobilizing groups of people to disrupt meetings. And they should take individual responsibility, including we will petition the IEBC to disqualify some of these people from contesting electoral offices. And we promise this morning that in the event that we have to do that, we will present credible and accurate information to the IEBC, as it were. Finally, I thank the Honorable Chief Justice and our chairperson for her leadership and guidance in this process, and I undertake on behalf of my colleagues from the executive branch across our responsibilities, my colleagues from the Ministry of ICT, my colleagues from the Office of the Attorney General, my colleagues from the National Treasury, that we will abide and go by the guidance and the leadership that our chairperson of this forum and our Chief Justice gives us as we prepare for elections as we go forward. And with those remarks, it's now my pleasure to invite our chairperson and the Honorable Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court of Kenya to address us. Madam Chief Justice.
Good morning. Thank you very much, our CS, Dr. Fred Yangi. On behalf of the judiciary, we came here to share with colleagues who come from the agencies who have something to do with elections, our state of preparedness. And I came with the Honorable Justice Ibrahim Mohammed, a Supreme Court judge, who is in charge of our Judiciary Committee on Elections, the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, who is our accounting officer. This multi-agency forum, everybody in this group has something to do with ensuring that we have free, fair, credible elections. And our individual mandate is drawn from the Constitution. It is the Constitution that guides us how to execute our mandate. None of us can be able to deliver free, fair, and credible elections on their own. We depend on each other. We are independent in the way we perform our functions, but we are interdependent in terms of the delivery of the free and fair elections. Therefore, when we came together, we have agreed that it will be necessary for us to meet regularly to evaluate and monitor our state of preparedness, because Kenyans, in their sovereign power given to us, gave us this mandate to undertake on their behalf. And we should give them confidence by assuring them that we are actually carrying out our mandate according to the law and the individual oath of office that each one of us took to guard the Constitution and the rule of law and our democracy. So the multi-agency forum has formed a technical committee that will meet immediately after this meeting and agree on how to reduce the various issues that we have discussed into a work plan that will deliver free and fair elections, looking at all the areas that we need to address, from the areas of security, from the areas of the conduct of the primaries. The disputes that arise from the primaries are well handled by the political parties' dispute tribunal. The ones that will come to court will also be handled. We will be ready as a judiciary, fully trained. We have shared with the forum our calendar of training that is very, very comprehensive on the kind of trainings that we are going to undertake, the kind of interventions we need to make to ensure that our ICT, because technology is going to play a major role, are also addressed, including the budgetary issues that we have all discussed. This technical committee will reconvene within a period of about 10 days and give us the report of the areas that they have worked on and the report they will have put in place. All related election matters that are pending in court, because we have been informed as a judiciary, there are several cases that are still pending in the judiciary. I do not know why, but the impact on the conduct of free and fair elections, either the processes that we engage in or the law. So all those cases will be collated. They will be given to us as the judiciary, and we will ask that our judges or magistrates, under whose dockets those cases fall, will be determined as soon as possible, and in any event within 90 days. This I have given as an undertaking because it falls within the judiciary's vision that no case should be in court, especially election-related cases, should be decided within the framework that is given by the law. We have also agreed there will be sustained information sharing among all the agencies because this is important. It is important for us to know what NCIC is doing, what IEBC is doing, what the judiciary is doing, what the police are doing, so that we can assure Kenyans that we are actually carrying our mandate of ensuring there is a protection of the rule of law, and that Kenyans have somewhere to go if they have a complaint. They know. The police have set a very elaborate mechanism called Polycare to deal with all issues of gender-based violence, because you know those ones cut across every election cycle. We have that problem. If there are issues of budgetary needs, the Treasury will be there to consider them and ensure that resources are availed for each agency to deliver on their mandates. We are concerned about issues of hate speech, and I have been requested, and I'm going to put this forward to the leadership committee of the judiciary, of a request to set up a specialized court to deal with cases of hate speech. And we are looking at setting up this in 5 locations: Nairobi, Mombasa, Nakuru, Eldoret, Kisumu, and if need be, we identify other hotspots, we will operationalize a court in those hotspots to deal with issues of hate speech so that they are handled expeditiously and according to the law. We are also concerned about the escalating cases of sexual and gender-based violence across the country. And we note what the police is doing and will continue to support the police, and also to talk to Kenyans and ask Kenyans to bear agency of their own behavior and take responsibility of their own behavior. In fact, what we are calling for is how can we reduce conflict? How can we coexist? Because politics come and they go. They leave us as Kenyans. So within this agency, NCIC has a big role to play in terms of public education on the need for Kenyans to build peace among themselves and to know elections, just like religion, are individual. You practice yours, I practice mine. So we should coexist peacefully. And also political parties to comply, of course, with the law in terms of their campaigns, and when they call for meetings, also to take responsibility of having a code of conduct or, ground rules. When you have a meeting and there is violence, people die, people are hurt, people's properties are destroyed. They must take responsibility for that. So this is the message we have for Kenyans, that each of these agencies is trying to prepare themselves to carry out their mandate, and our overall objective is to ensure that there is free, fair, and credible elections all the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Madam Teacher, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Today was not for interior.
Mtazamaji, huu ni mkutano ambao umekamilika, ulikuwa unamhusisha waziri ambaye ni Daktari Fred Matiang'i wa usalama wa ndani, tunaye Joe Mucheru ambaye ni waziri wa mawasiliano pamoja na mawasiliano, ambaye tunaye vile vile Kihara Kariuki na jaji mkuu Martha Koome, wote katika mkutano huu ambao unahusisha mipango ya uchaguzi mkuu wa mwaka 2022. Na kama alivyotaja pale Martha Koome ambaye ni jaji mkuu, amesema kwamba watakuwa wanakutana mara kwa mara kuweza kutathmini hali ilivyo na matayarisho kwa ajili ya uchaguzi mkuu wa mwaka 2022, huku Daktari Fred Matiang'i akisema kwamba kama serikali wako tayari kwa ajili ya uchaguzi mkuu wa mwaka ujao. Lakini kuu zaidi, mtazamaji, ni pale Wafula Chebukati ambaye ni mwenyekiti wa Tume ya uchaguzi na mipaka nchini amesema kwamba kufikia sasa idadi ya watu 760,000 wamesajiliwa kuwa wapiga kura wapya, ikiwa ni tofauti na ilivyokuwa imeratibiwa watu 4.5 kumaanisha kwamba bado watu wengi sana hawajasajiliwa kuwa wapiga kura, na kutoa wito kwa wananchi kujitokeza kujiandikisha kupiga kura mwaka 2022. Taarifa hiyo kwa kina, mtazamaji, ni hapo baadaye. Wanahabari wetu wapo wanaifuatilia, atakuwa natupa mengi zaidi kuhusiana na taarifa yenyewe, tena zaidi mengi ambayo yamezungumziwa katika mkutano huo. Kufikia hapo naomba tupate mapumziko mafupi, mtazamaji, lakini nikirudi basi nitakuwa nakupeleka moja kwa moja katika eneo la Bonde la Ufa, ambapo mwakilishi wa kike katika kaunti ya Uasin Gishu Gladys Bosiolei kwa mara nyingine amesisitiza haja ya kupiga marufuku baadhi ya bidhaa za kemikali zinazotumika humu nchini kwa kile anachosema ni kuhatarisha maisha ya Wakenya kwa kusababisha magonjwa kama vile saratani. Hivyo basi napata mapumziko, lakini muda si mrefu itakuwa narudi na mengi zaidi, na hasa mwanzo kabisa ikiwa ni hiyo taarifa ambayo